Split testing has been known to drive some pretty compelling results, but it all assumes one thing, that it's done correctly. There are numerous aspects that you can look into for split testing, and they can get complicated, but I'm here to make things simple and clear for you. So if you want to run an A/B test accurately and get long-term results, you'll need to do these three things first. Have a clear goal. Is your goal to drive traffic? Is it clicks or even opt-ins? A clear result is determined by setting a clear goal at the start. An email subject line that wins at open rate may be different than the winner for click-through rates. Define your goal first. Only one variable should be tested. In A/B split tests, it's important that only one variable is tested. For example, you published 2 bonus pages. Bonus page A at 10 a.m. on Monday with a green-colored buy button, and bonus page B with an orange button published on Monday at 1 p.m. Bonus page B wins in your click-through split test. But in this case, because there are 2 variables, you don't know what made bonus page A lose. Was it the button color or the timing? Random audience. If only your JV list sees video thumbnail A and only your buyers list sees video thumbnail B, can you straight away use thumbnail A if it wins in an A/B split test? You can, but it won't be effective since different groups react differently. The best way to do split testing, apart from analyzing the effect of changing just one attribute, is to test your attributes with a completely random audience. Sales copy. Sales copy is text used to influence and persuade your readers to take a specific action, such as clicking a link, downloading a file, subscribing into a list, or purchasing a product. There are 9 components to a sales copy covering different types and subjects. The following split tests are designed to assist you in deciding on the highest converting sales copy for your business. Component number 1 is headlines. Headlines are the very first element your subscribers see when viewing your sales copy. This important position means that your headline must be as interesting and spot on as possible. The best headlines are ones which give the purest, most direct representation of your product. Take, for example, these 4 headlines. As we can see, of all the headlines, the pitch, "Create a web page for your business," gets the highest conversion rate at 40%, which gives 90% improvement over the original. The reason is this pitch gives exactly what the customers want, while also highlighting the product's main feature. Proven converting headlines. Sometimes we may get tempted to get creative with our headlines using wordplay or puns, but it's proven that regular fill-in-the-blank headlines outperform these more fancy headlines to the tune of almost 44%. Here are examples. How to blank. Who else wants blank? Question mark. Blank in 3 simple steps! Exclamation mark. Use proven converting headlines. A high conversion rate is good. And the best thing is, you don't need to go far to get good conversions. Using these proven headline strategies is often enough to help boost your open rates. Question marks. Can you believe this? Proof? Question mark. Percentages. 89% of marketers can't be wrong. Add video. 300 plus high quality stock footages. Video. Include a free report. 7 ways to increase conversions. Or regarding. Regarding, watch me build your membership. Use personal pronouns. You need to see this right now. Subject line length. Using shorter headlines may net you higher conversions in certain cases. And when I say short, I mean around 35 characters, like the example given. The headline above greatly illustrates the main feature of the software as a cloud version of a very complex and popular graphics editing tool. However, it's worth mentioning that short headlines don't always convert well because you may risk the headline being too vague if it's too short. Some split tests report that longer headlines have almost 12% higher conversion rates than really short ones. The design. The graphical element of your sales page is a critical but overlooked part by many. As a basic rule, the graphics on your sales page should relate to the content, and your background color should contrast your headline color to make it very clear. This theory is proven with a whopping 230% boost in conversions. Headline B massively outstripped headline A because the background image contrasts the headline, making it very clear, legible, and attractive to read. The next part of a sales copy is a subheadline. As the name suggests, it further supports a headline by providing extra information or further highlights the main benefit of a product. Although you may not really look at subheadlines, this element is still important to many sales letters. And then speed factor. As with headlines, subheadlines benefit from numbers. These further support the headlines in terms of speed. Quote, set up your site in only 60 seconds. or how minimal the steps are. Grab your own graphics set in just 3 steps. In this split test, it's proven that if you highlight the speed of your product, you can get a 28% increase in your conversions. Being specific. Sometimes your sales copy can see a greater conversion rate if you include a personal touch on the subheadline. In this case, the subheadline mentioned a specific case of a blog post, which grew to almost 10,000 subscribers. When this was tested, the result came back with a 21% increase in conversion. This happens because readers think that this particular subheadline refers to a real story that really happens. This further highlights the importance of telling a story in your sales letter. I highly recommend you do this. Component number 3 is introduction. When you make an introduction to your product in your sales page, you should start establishing credibility by telling a story right away. The reason behind this is you need to establish a problem and show how your product can solve it. And then identifying the problem. The next part after you have established an introduction is to identify the problem that your readers may face. The effective way to do it is by identifying whether your customers are motivated by pain or pleasure points. By identifying these kind of points, you can answer the question, are they qualified for my product? These points have different energies that motivate people to take action differently, so you need to understand what makes your customers tick, and more importantly, what makes your customers buy. When you reach out to the readers of your sales page, touching the main points attracts a prospect's attention and focus on their problems or woes, while pleasure points paints a full picture of how your readers can achieve success when they buy your product. Contrary to the common styles, the more compelling and converting points you can employ is pain. Pain agitates your readers' needs and then opens up opportunities to position your product as the solution to their pain, much like medicine to ailments. Examples of pain points are lack of time or lack of expertise. Component number 4 is a solution to their problems. When you've elaborated on all the problems that your readers may be having, or you've sold the dream to them, they're primed to seek out a solution to the problem or dream. This usually boils down to one obvious answer: a product. When you give your product as a solution to their problem, you're also putting your product into the limelight. Product image. When introducing your products, use images that are consistent with what you're offering to your customers. Professionally done images will see a boost in sales conversions by as much as 145%. Here's a good example. The reason you must use professionally done images is that they make your sales page look credible. It creates trust with your readers and provides a better insight than words. So remember to level up your images so your readers will be more likely to buy from you. My product is the solution. When talking about your product, you want readers to agree that only your product will solve their problems. This is achieved by telling them what your product can offer them and how it can be useful to them. If you can convince them, you will most likely get conversions. Examples are, with your permission, I'd like to introduce blank. Announcing blank. Without further ado, I present to you blank. Component number 5 is features versus benefits. Your readers will always have this question in their heads. What's in it for me? Or I like to say that your customers are tuned in to the station, WIIFM. If your sales copy answers this golden question completely, you have a much higher chance of converting your readers to buyers or loyal followers in the future. I highly recommend you focus on your product's benefits to your readers because it answers the WIIFM question effectively, clearly, and easily. Big companies often list out the benefits of their products to their consumers, so it's high time you did too. Adding a story element. When writing a sales copy, you're also doing another equally important thing, telling a story. So why do I mention stories when you simply want to create a copy that sells? Well, here's the reason. People are easily turned off by straight-up promotional copies, which only try to sell them. Story-driven copy engages and hooks your readers from the beginning to the end. They have these things in common. They're benefit-focused, specific, curiosity-driven, and emotion-oriented. And it has the stats to prove it. Digital Marketer shows that emotion-oriented copy increases conversions by 17.9%. This copy uses humor to provoke an emotional response. It's clever and it makes people laugh. Readers were able to relate to the problem as presented in the advertisement, and the copy left an impression on readers that made the product desirable. Component number 6 is testimonials. Your testimonial page is a platform to tell your readers that this product has real benefits and it's impacted them in a positive way. Testimonials are a strong tool for establishing trust and encouraging potential buyers to take action. Another component you can consider adding into your sales copy is social proof. Why? In building a story-driven copy, social proof shows that this product has given impact to real people who are in similar situations. It serves as real, tangible results that show readers that they can achieve the results as promised by your product. Adding success stories into your order form boosts conversions by up to 33%. Simply slapping testimonials anywhere you want on your page will hurt the flow of the story and will probably make your copy incoherent. So placement is important. Sometimes breaking up testimonials into sections as seen below can increase sales by 64.53%. Visitors can read the testimonials when they're placed above the call to action. However, when grouped together, readers wouldn't have been able to see them if they didn't scroll down the page. Component number 7 is handling objections. In sales copy, you do this by addressing your readers' concerns about your product or service in order to create technical, organizational, or personal buy-in. It's also worth remembering that you're still selling at this stage. Guarantee. So why do so many product vendors give out guarantees to the buyers? Well, guarantees are one of the best and most impactful marketing statements you can make. Guarantees help build customer loyalty and also lead to outstanding feedback. Guarantees like 100% satisfaction guaranteed or it's your money back helps to build trust and build relationships with your potential customers. Another high converting tactic you can employ is to back your offer up with a full 30-day risk-free trial. This implies to your readers that you're a trusted company, trust symbol. This is also a great way to increase conversions with guarantees. If you can replace your guarantee with a trust symbol, it will boost conversions by up to 107%. This is one of the reputation and rapport building elements you can consider putting into your sales copy. The reason is customers want to know that your products are of a premium quality. Trust symbols also prioritize authenticity over low prices, so it's worth showing them. And then bonuses. If you only consider bonuses as an afterthought to your marketing campaigns, you're really leaving money on the table. For example, if you're selling a course on transforming anyone into a highly paid copywriter, for example, why not also include a sales closing script that customers can use while talking to business prospects? This tactic is not without basis. Customers are willing to pay for an offer that hits home with what they're already looking for, rather than a freebie that kind of isn't. Component number 8 is a call to action, of course. After the storytelling, proof presentation, and handling objections, what do you do next? This part is where it gets really direct. You straight away tell your readers to buy your product now. This is achieved by an element called the call to action, or CTA. In this section, I'll share with you several tips on how to convert higher with your CTAs. Button size and color. Your CTA needs to be as clear and strategically placed as possible. The last thing you want is your readers looking for the buy button and having it be tucked away in some obscure location. So here are some tips. Use a larger buy button. It's a proven method to boost conversion rates. This is because a large button makes it more visible. However, I advise against making the button very, very large as it puts off your readers and makes your copy seem desperate for sales. Color-wise, there's no better color than orange. This is because in color psychology, orange signifies attention and draws your reader's eyes automatically to it. The color also makes your button pop and differentiates it from other elements on your page. Belcher button. I can guess you've looked at many sales pages, of course. You've probably noticed that almost all of them use a very specific type of button. This button is called the Belcher button. So why is this button so prevalent? Well, the creator of the button, Perry Belcher, tested the design element of the button in over 10,000 transactions. The results were amazing. Conversion rates rose by 35 to 320%. So if you're building a sales page, a Belcher button is honestly the way to go. Choice of words. In CTAs, you have a very limited space for words to convince your readers to click on it. It's best to keep your CTAs concise and persuasive. Here are some tips that I'd like to share. Here's a surprise. Changing your to my can make a huge difference, which results in a 90% increase in signups. This is because the word my refers back to the marketer. This signifies that the word represents something really personal and connects well with the reader. Being clear and direct. Your buy button serves one purpose. It's the button readers click to buy. So it needs to be crystal clear. Amazon AWS showed that text-based design CTA buttons increased sales by 49%. CTA buttons that featured a shopping cart with a plus sign did not perform well. The add to cart order button converted the highest number of sales than the rest. This is probably because unclear buttons will only confuse your customers. They don't know what the button's for and are less likely to click on it. Make sure your button is so clear that customers cannot not know what to do. Scarcity. One powerful thing about scarcity is it compels customers to perceive limited quantities as more valuable. So why not create the illusion that if they don't get your product right now, they'll be missing out on a huge opportunity to turn their life around? This tactic works well to reduce the amount of deliberation with your readers and helps them decide faster. The number of calls to action. One CTA is not enough. It's as simple as that. CTAs also strengthen the overall offer of your copy. With this in mind, you need to keep the offer at the top of their mind by positioning your CTAs around the copy. Create more opportunities to convert by breaking up your copy with multiple CTAs. However, as you've probably guessed, too many CTAs can also hurt conversions. The optimum number of CTAs is about 3. Price. After the CTA, there's the element of price for your product. The question is always the same. What price to put on my CTA? Here are some pointers. Prices that end with 5 or 9, for example, $79.99, after the decimal point, convert more sales compared to the rest. This is because the figure seems more real than the round number, like $80. Component number 9, postscript. Did you know that a postscript or PS is the second most important thing after the headline? A PS is very effective because before your readers buy your product, they usually have a final line of mental defense which prevents them from making the purchase. And a powerful PS will give them the final push to move forward, break through their own psychological barriers, and buy from you. Here are some good examples. I have no idea when I'll pull this from the market, but I do know it won't last forever. If you want it, please don't wait. Click the Add to Cart button now. If you aren't 100% sure this powerful system can work for you, grab this 100% risk-free test drive to get you started. It's impossible to lose here, unless you walk away empty-handed. You're just one click away and a few minutes away from discovering how to make more money than you ever believed possible. And what's more, this isn't going to cost you hundreds to find out if this is for you or not. I'm assuming all of the risk. Sales video. These days, virtually every sales page will have a sales video headlining it. Sales videos are awesome. They have better appeal and they're more attention-grabbing. They serve several types and purposes. They're cost-effective and they're easy to create. They can be the highlight of your promotion, give a wholesome effect to your viewers, and effectively summarize a large piece of information. Homepage video. Believe it or not, your homepage can really use the treatment of an excellent video too. Dropbox put a video on their homepage and conversions went up by 100%, which is obviously a huge number to consider. This is due to a very simple reason. Visitors to your sales page or homepage simply prefer watching over reading. So the video title. Among the first things your viewers see on your video is the title. This varies between the demography of your viewers. However, a good rule of thumb is to keep the video title short and neat, and above all, use words that are easy to understand and attention-grabbing. You may be tempted to get fancy with your titles, but more often than not, clarity wins. Examples are The Secret of Creating Your Own Sales Funnel, 2 Quick and Easy Ways to Start Selling Online, or Edmund Lowe's Business Model Made Easy. Thumbnail image. Whatever else that may be said, people do judge a book by its cover. Before viewing a video, your thumbnail is the main thing that attracts your viewers' eyes at this point. A good video thumbnail will carry the subject of the video content well, compel the viewer to click through to the video, differentiate your brand from others, and be optimized for any device. There are no hard and fast rules to decide which video thumbnail is the perfect one for everything, and there is no single color that's best, like yellow or whatever. That's baloney. But a well-made video thumbnail will always get a nod from your viewers. Video headline. How many times have you seen a headline to a video and just closed it because it sounds bad and childish? If you do that, you should know that the headline plays an important role in deciding if the video will be watched or not. Here are some good examples. Businesses grow faster online. Online advertising that works. Get found faster. Create a web page for your business. Headlines have the potential to increase conversions of your viewers by up to 90%, so it's very beneficial for you to give this a lot of attention. Agitating the problem. You've stated your problems and have captivated your viewers, so they're looking for more. So what do you do next? The next best thing to do here is position yourself in their shoes and explain to them that you understand fully the problem and how it feels to them. Doing this has been shown to increase viewership and conversions because it helps your viewers relate to your video because they feel like you relate to them, and they'll watch on, expecting a solution. At this stage, they may not be making a beeline to the buy button, but sooner or later, they will. The solution. The process of selling the dream is part and parcel of your video promotion. This is because you've agitated your viewers' problems. If you do it right, at this point, they're simply begging to see a solution to their troubles. The next step for you is to introduce your product. This way you can increase conversions because you're telling your viewers that they don't need to look far when the solution is right in front of their eyes. Handling objections. This is important, and this element is called tending to your viewers' objections. Tending to objections works well to convert viewers because this implies that you already know what your viewers will have doubts about and that you're here to clear them up. Keep in mind that these questions will always be in your viewers' minds. For example, will this product work for me? Will it need a lot of money and energy? Will I need to learn something new? How long will that take? Will it do what it guarantees to do? Is it worth the price? Who has it helped up till now? Other tools you can use to further handle objections are testimonials and a money-back guarantee. Testimonials help your objection handling because they give proof that other users with similar problems have benefited from your product. A money-back guarantee also works in establishing good product quality and gives your customers peace of mind that they can return the product if it doesn't solve their problem or they're not satisfied. Scarcity. If you're launching a new product or course and the number of seats or available copies is limited, let your viewers know. If the price will go up or the bonuses are for a limited time, tell them. Scarcity works well in terms of conversions because your viewers see things in limited numbers as more valuable and will decide sooner. However, I advise that you be honest in this part. Don't go saying the fire sale will only be for 3 days and still have it around on day 4. Hurting your reputation is the last thing you want here, so keep your word. Call to action. One of the last and most important steps to include in any video is a video call to action. This is where you close the deal and prompt your viewer to actually do something. It's the virtual equivalent to a closing handshake. That said, if you end the video with a suitable and powerful call to action, your conversion rates will get a huge boost. So how do you do this? Vidyard has done some research and has put together these high converting tactics. Ask a question. Invite viewers to join in with your brand's social channels. Enter to win. A simple giveaway on your website or social channel is an easy way to generate response and interaction with your brand. Votes. Ask viewers to vote on something that they care about with a simple poll. Free trials. Include a free trial of your product to allow your subscribers to take it for a test drive. Sign up for a webinar. The call to action to include at the end of your video if you frequently give webinars is to highlight key features of your product or service. Fill out a short form. The most direct and simple way of a CTA. Restrict the number of form fields to only those that matter most so people won't neglect the form or be afraid of a lengthy process. Now, CTAs are not limited to the ones on your video. You can also direct readers to the written sales copy beneath your video to get positive results. Visual Website Optimizer found that if they changed their direct Get Instant Access call to action button to Watch the Video button, conversions rose to 15.3% compared to the direct call to action, which only had about 11.9%. Landing page videos. Landing pages should not be boring pages that simply ask your subscribers to sign in or get a free download. There's no harm in including videos here, and it will do your landing pages good also. A video on your landing page is an excellent addition because it provides a passive engagement medium where visitors can experience your message with very little effort. Conversion rates can also go up to 80% by just adding a video here. Video position is important also. Your videos may be of great quality and have storytelling and content, but all that effort into making your videos watchable will be wasted if it's just slapped on your page without careful consideration of the positioning. Your videos should have a prominent place on your page to capture as many viewers as possible. Simply put, your videos should be the most noticeable element on your page. Therefore, the best place to put your video is above the fold. Again, your readers prefer to watch rather than read. Autoplay. Videos have a certain amount of control over your viewers. That said, a click-to-play video decreases the control you have over your message. If your visitor has to click on a video to play it, the chances are the viewer will never see it. Setting the video on autoplay without audio, like Facebook and YouTube does, is enough to attract your viewers to see the video and ultimately increase conversions. This is a rule of thumb, making it work on general occasions. However, if you notice that your viewers go away from your page due to the video autoplaying, obviously turn it off. Video controls. With sales videos, it's essential to control the message. It's not advisable for you to give control to your viewer to skip forward in the video or move back to replay something, as it disrupts the flow of the message and ruins the buildup of your CTA. Further, if you disable the controls, it will not appear in the video, making it more clean looking, so your viewer will appreciate this omission by having more focus on the video itself. Use short and entertaining videos. Your viewers lose their focus on the video after some time. However, it's clear that many advertisers are making their videos too long. I strongly advise that your videos should not be too long, as it will make the video boring and just full of fluff. A shorter video has been shown to increase viewership and make the video more entertaining to watch and increase the conversion. Wistia found that only 60% of viewers stay until the end for 4 to 5 minute long videos, while 75% stay until the end of a 1 to 2 minute long video. Voiceovers. Voiceovers are one of the essential parts of a good video. However, you'll never get the viewership and conversion you dream of by simply speaking into a microphone without any structure or even a proper voiceover talent. For US viewers, voiceovers with British accents have a higher advantage to capture the audience. This is possibly because the British accent sounds more formal and trusted to a US citizen. But this is not the case with Eastern audiences, as they see the American accent to be of higher class. Informational versus sales videos. Some of your buyers react best to videos that explicitly tell them what to do, like clicking the buy now button or acting now without feeling like they're being sold to. For internet marketing videos, this direct tone works best to gain conversions because of the direct and concise nature of the market. Other markets like personal development have a strikingly different approach in the tone of the video. They need to be informed that they need this product as opposed to choosing for themselves. And of course, fonts matter. I'll make this statement simple. Fonts do matter, even in your videos. If possible, always stick to sans serif fonts because they increase readability of your message and result in higher conversions. While it may seem insignificant, we've seen up to 30% higher conversion rates just by changing the font to sans serif. For those of you not familiar with this term, serif are the little feet or fletchings at the base and ends of the letters. In certain cases like videos, these little additions impede the clarity of the words and can interfere with your viewers' comfort. Hey, welcome back. Let's talk about webinars. So why webinars? They have many important and powerful functions in any marketing effort. A fairly recent survey from QuickSprout found that just over 60% of content marketers are incorporating webinars into their marketing strategies, at least occasionally. In essence, a webinar is great for the modern marketer because they're convenient and they establish credibility. Webinars have huge applications on training and education. They create brand awareness and they have impressive consumer reach. The first component of an effective webinar is attraction. This component serves to plan and attract people to your webinar and helps increase conversions. When using the attraction factor, the first thing you should do is profile your audience who suit your topic and value delivery by identifying which industry, market, or type of viewer will benefit from this topic before delivering your content. Using profiling works because it narrows down your audience to the most ideal ones who will benefit from your webinar content. The second element you can use is to reach out to people with social media posts. This means connecting with your audience via Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. Being social with your prospective viewers is the best thing you can do to increase viewership and engagement. This depends on the amount of social media sites that you utilize for your business. The one with the most engagements should be your main focus. The next thing to consider is the placement of webinar ads on your website. Should you put it right on your homepage or as a sidebar inviting them to join? The answer I recommend is both. Most split testing conducted by various market analysts determined that both ways convert well and each has no advantage or edge over the other. Now let's look at the placement of your webinar ads on your blog site. This section explores placing ads before the comment option versus the placement within the blog content itself. So which ones convert better? The result is ads that are placed above the fold generate more clicks compared to placing ads in the comment option or within the blog content. So if you want to direct more people to watch your webinar, do this. Timing is also important. The question is, when do you send invitations and reminders for your webinars? Do I make people register and attend the webinar within the next hour, or do I send out invitations a few days before and send out regular reminders? In this test, I found out that scheduling a webinar within days is the best approach compared to scheduling a webinar within the next hour, as it provides ample time for your audience to prepare. As for reminders, sending them out to attendees will increase your webinar attendance by up to 70%, as there will be people who did not recall having registered. So in this part, let's explore the content of your webinar. I'll focus on the components that provide details and information of your webinar. So how do you ensure your webinar titles look, feel, and sound good? Is there a formula available that can achieve this for you? Or do you just run and gun, type something, and hope it'll work? It turns out there's actually a formula to do this. I've tested this formula for a title, and here are some examples. On slide, how your target can enjoy this benefit by method of achieving the benefit, even if common objection. So title number 1, how millennials can still succeed in online marketing despite worsening economy. Title number 2, how you can increase your business exposure with SEO and edge out the competition. And here's the result. Using this formula allows you to use best keywords for a more effective title compared to just coming up with one off the top of your head. The reason is self-explanatory. The title answers the "what's in it for me" question, gives one method to deliver the benefit, and addresses the obstacles which the webinar will help overcome. In your webinar, sometimes you'll need to have visual cues to direct your viewers to act on something, like clicking on a button for a new lesson or simply clicking the like button. So, should you do it? If you do, kudos. You've just added another element that increases your conversion. This is because a visual cue will help people understand or assist them in doing something, enriching the overall value they've received from attending your webinar. Another hack you can include in your webinar is adding open-ended questions that build discussions among your viewers. However, this really depends on the number of viewers. If your webinar has small viewership, then a viable option is you can ask a question every 5 to 10 minutes. Though keep this in mind, it can sometimes be time-consuming, especially for larger audiences. For a large viewership, a dedicated Q&A session is best. This is so you can have more control over the questions and can limit the questions that you answer. Sometimes you can also drop a question between segments. This helps viewers stay on track and keeps their participation level high. Webinars work similar to conversations. The last thing you want to express in your webinar is just a robot voice droning out all of your information without any kind of feedback or conversation. So it's a wise move to build an intellectual and emotional connection with your audience in the webinar session. One excellent and proven way is using emotion. A sparing usage of emotion works because your viewers can relate more with the lessons you share. Emotions also help build authority and confidence among your viewers. On the other hand, I advise against using too much emotion in your webinars, as this can interrupt the lesson and make you look a little unprofessional. An ideal way to end your webinar is by making a space for your viewers to decide. This is achieved with a call to action, or CTA. Your goal at this point is to entice your audience to take action, usually to buy something or subscribe to your product. The recommended method is to include a CTA. This is because, much like a sales letter, you've sold the dream and fulfilled the "what's in it for me" question. Now is the perfect moment to compel your audience to take action. CTAs work because they give more opportunities for your funnel and future promotions, instead of just leaving them on the table or leaving your audience wondering what they should do. So, what do you do to make your viewers stay? One highly effective tactic you can use here is to offer a bonus right after the webinar session ends to get people to stay with you until the end of the session. It can be a free download or extra training, something that just adds some value. A study found that bonuses increase viewership by up to 60 to 70% because more viewers will take action at the CTA, and it creates a valuable opportunity for future business deals. Bonuses can be your way of saying thanks for them staying until the end. This increases the sense of value your viewers get and builds your reputation and trust. Your viewers like variety in your webinar. What you can do is develop a variety of slide formats to maintain their interest. And it works. Having a variety of points, graphs, quotes, or even just a simple picture is a great way to keep the visual and mental direction of your webinar interesting. The inclusion of graphical cues also keeps your viewers engaged longer. Now, follow up, nurture, and ascend. These 3 words have great importance for the future of your business, and it applies to your webinars too. What should you do after they've ended? Do you just say goodbye, or take this opportunity to engage your audience further? After your webinar has ended, you should include ways to further the relationship. A survey right after the webinar is a great tool to gauge what your audience wants from you next. In surveys, I've found that open-ended questions work best because it gives a place for your viewers to give their opinions or feedback. This opens new opportunities for you to explore the possibilities and improve your future webinar sessions. However, you can also include closed-ended questions like ratings or yes or no questions to generate measurable data from your audience. Another great method to build trust and boost conversion is to send a series of follow-up emails with valuable information. By doing this, you'll send a message to your audience that you care for them, you'd like to keep in touch, and you imply to your audience that they matter to you. Welcome back. Let's talk about emails. Emails are the bread and butter for many, if not all, marketers and business owners. One of the easiest and most effective ways to send email is using autoresponder services like Aweber or GetResponse. Email campaigns and newsletters are an excellent way to get continuous business, as well as new business growing on your list. Another plus point is you'll be most likely sending them to your qualified list or people who want to receive information from you, while also looking out for new customers. With that said, it's critically essential that you do split testing on your emails. But as split testing is far from cheap or financially achievable for many, I'm here to share with you the hacks for better emails in your marketing. Before you start, there are best practices you can take a look at. Always test simultaneously to reduce the chance your results will be skewed by time-based factors. Test as large a sample as you can for more accurate results, and listen to the empirical data you collect, not your gut instinct. Use the tools available to you for quicker and easier A/B testing. Test early and test often for the best results. Test only one variable at a time for best results. If you want to test more than one, look into multivariate testing instead of A/B type testing. Email titles. The first thing that your list will see in their inbox when you send your email is the subject line. So it literally pays for your title to be clear, compact, and personalized. Title clarity. The first element of your email subject line is its clarity. In short, you should write titles that are clear and understandable, not vague or misleading. Consider these two email titles and guess which one converts better. If you guess the second one, well, you're right, as the title clearly describes what you can get with this product. Sending out emails with clear titles creates rapport, signifies that you're an honest marketer, and ultimately increase open rates and conversions. Email title compactness. The second element is that your email subject lines should be compact. This needs to be a consideration as there is limited space for email titles to appear in your list's inbox. According to Campaign Monitor, your subject line should be optimized to be somewhere between 41 to 70 characters. This is because the number of characters that appear on screens across common devices range from about 40 to 73. Personalization. Along with clarity and compactness for your titles, another important converting element is its personalization. This is where your email subject lines become personal with your readers. Here I'll show you one of the simplest ways you can do personalized email subject lines. By using simple words like you, me, we, or our. Experian has found that by simply doing this, your open rates can be increased by 29 to 41% higher than emails without any personalization. I can talk all day about how you should write your subject lines, but which type of subject line should you write in the first place? Here, I have the top 5 subject lines that convert best. Questions. These are excellent for subject lines because they get the reader to think about how the subject matter relates to their daily lives. The best question resonates with the reader's experience while creating a sense of curiosity. Here are some examples. Do you need $1,000 by month's end? Do you wake up stressed or excited? Questions work because your readers will want to know whether their experiences are similar to others, which comes in handy when creating curiosity. The next is how to. This is one of the most effective subject lines as it makes the content very clear. You simply can't go wrong when you use this type. The reason this type is very effective in increasing open rates and conversions is because readers will know exactly what they'll learn upon opening up the email. Another add-on advantage is this plays on the curiosity of your list. Examples would be like how to make your first $1,000, how to dominate YouTube in 3 simple steps. The key to success with this subject line formula is focusing on the benefit. This is worth trying with your list because they'll always have a what's in it for me mindset when they subscribe. Scarcity. Scarcity is in essence a powerful driver of human behavior overall. We're compelled to act when we receive information that something is now in short supply. This angle is great for you to use in your email subject lines. For example, only 48 hours left to get Avatar Genie Pro. Only 3 seats remaining, your chance to see Edmund Lowe in person. However, it's worth mentioning that you must let your list know of your product's importance so that they're compelled to make a decision. If not, they'll simply ignore your email. This is my favorite type of email subject line, numbers. It can be used to set people's expectations about what I'm about to tell them and provide a tease to my email content. And it really works. Campaign Monitor has tested subject lines with numbers, and they outperformed ones without numbers by up to 57% in email open rate. So if possible, always include numbers in your subject lines. Grow your fan base in just 3 steps. Establish a full-scale business in just 7 days. Your 1660 bonuses for my new software. Remember that if the number relates to the commitment your list needs to give, steps, how long, well, to keep the number low, 3 steps, 7 days, 60 seconds flat. If it's related to value, give generous numbers like $1,000 in 30 days. Personalized subject lines. Like I mentioned before, it's always good to add a personal touch to your marketing because it builds a connection to your readers, establishing sincerity. In fact, using the recipient's first name in your subject line increases the chance of email being opened by 14.68%. This can be combined with other angles like, John, do you wake up stressed or excited? Ken, here's how to make your first $1,000. Dominic, you have only 48 hours left to get Avatar Genie Pro. This works because your readers feel like you're speaking to them. They'll feel appreciated by this gesture and will reward you with open rates and conversions. Now, email content. After the email subject line, the next part you should look at is the email content. In essence, the content of your email is where you'll tell the story to your readers. That's because the best emails tell stories that enable readers to relate it to their life. Opening lines that convert. Many times when we see opening lines, they're greetings like, hi, or hey, it's Edmund here. Using this is known to establish the email sender is friendly and also signifies that there's an actual person writing the email. I'll show you 3 more engaging ways of opening emails than the standard name and company introduction. Did you know? The first is, did you know that? This is known to be effective because starting your email with a thought-provoking statistic that relates to your readers' issues encourages them to read more and possibly turn into a buyer. Question. Asking questions at the start of your email is a great way to get your readers curious. They'll wonder if there's an answer to it further in the email, and if the question hits home, the chances of it converting will be higher. One example is getting $1,000 income in 7 days possible? Scarcity. A scarcity opening line usually follows a scarcity angled subject line. The main function of this is to elaborate more on the limited availability of whatever you're promoting at the time, and details like only 3 seats left or limited time discount. Storytelling. Stories are a basic foundation of communication. So what makes an email with a story so attractive to your readers? Storytelling stirs emotions. It's personal, simple, and it's shareable. This is why marketers use storytelling. It invokes a sense of relation to their lists, as it's a very relatable context for your product. Putting a story into your marketing emails can really help with the conversions. Companies like Jack Daniels, Uber, and American Express are using stories. So why aren't you? Problem statements. The main goal of marketing a product is solving a problem. The most effective style of stating problems is to give problems which your readers have noticed before, but need to be solved. For example, are you still struggling day to day with your financials, even though you feel you earn enough? Are you still feeling that your products don't perform well, even though you regularly create products and regularly market them? By stating these problems in your email, you can get your readers to say, "Why didn't I think of that?" It gives them a eureka moment, which can be the gateway for them to convert. Introducing a product. After you've stated the problems that your readers may be having if they don't have your product, you've now primed them to seek out a solution for their previously unseen problems. If this isn't exploited, you'll miss a huge opportunity to introduce your product. By introducing your product in your email, you'll have greatly reduced the amount of effort your readers need to put in to find their solution. In other words, it's right here in the email. There's no need to seek elsewhere. This realization can increase conversions and increase the sales of your product. Features and benefits. As the saying goes, features tell, benefits sell. This is very true to emails too, because they, like sales letters and videos, act as a promotional tool from a different light. According to case studies conducted by Wishpond, if you include benefits, and features too, inside your email, the conversion rates can go up to 65% because benefits give experiences to your readers, an edge that features don't really have. Examples of benefits are: creates amazing graphics in just 20 seconds, sets up a fully working sales funnel in just 4 clicks, speeds up your content creation time by up to 75%. Email tone. Tone of voice also exists in emails, not just spoken words. This is where things get trickier, as there's no element of speech in an email. What I'm about to share here is the negative and positive tone. Usually emails are written in a very positive tone to give the product a good light, but that's not always the case. It's true that positive tone can convert well. Emails with a negative tone can shock and surprise people. This deviation from the norm is called pattern interrupt, a technique used by established marketers to great success. Email angles. You don't simply send a single email and hope it'll do all the work for you and bring you cash overnight. You need some finesse in this department. The best tactic to do here is play the angles. There are many, many angles you can use for your emails, but I'll show you just my favorite 3. The pre-launch angle. This email is sent a few days to 24 hours before the actual product launch. It's usually short and simple, with only a few sentences announcing that a product will be launched soon. This type of email is known to be highly converting because it creates excitement to your readers and makes them ready to do some buying or pre-orders. Hard and soft sell angle. A hard sell email is a type of email which uses direct selling language. A hard sell is designed to get your readers to buy right now. This is proven to work well with readers who are ready to buy and aren't deliberating anymore. A soft sell email builds a relationship, context, and tells a story first before selling. These emails find passive ways to show them that you have solutions they need. According to a study released by New Century Media, consumers were 30% more willing to buy a product through non-direct advertising rather than media advertising. This is because the readers feel that the email is more personal and the tone is more acceptable than a hard sell. And then the scarcity angle. This angle is most popular as the last email sent in a marketing campaign. The typical content usually has this element: there's only limited time to get product X. This type of email works well and converts highly because it motivates readers to take action now. The reason behind this is scarcity increases the value of something when it only has limited quantities. Send time. Timing is important when sending emails. This really depends on the type of product you're promoting. For example, you'll never get the open and click-through rates you hope for if you promote Christmas-related products in March. However, there are some basic guidelines you can follow regarding the timing. Time of day. The best time of day to send email is around 8 to 10 a.m. MailChimp has found that at this time, a click-through rate of 7% was achieved when emails were sent around 8 to 10 a.m. This is most probably because many people start their day around this time and take a little bit of time to check their email. Also, time of the week. The highest open rate is achieved on Tuesdays, according to GetResponse. The percentage was recorded at 19.9%. They also recorded that the highest click-through rate is 4.9% on Fridays. The click-through rate achieved that level probably because emails get higher engagement levels on the weekend. Every marketing email will have a call to action or CTA inside. A CTA is the image or inline text that prompts your readers to take action. In plain text emails, a CTA can simply be a line of text with a hyperlink, while others use an image or a button. A CTA is a crucial part of an email since it provides a cue to your readers that it's time to act. So here are some proven converting CTAs. URL versus line of text with hyperlinks. Usually, with plain text emails, the CTA is a simple line of text. It's highly recommended that you use a text link with a hyperlink instead of the direct URL, because not many people will understand that. When they see a hyperlinked text, they understand the message that this is a place to click to find out more about your product. And of course, the number of CTAs. I found that the best number of CTAs in an email is only 2, with 3 CTAs being the outside maximum. The first CTA should be seen right away above the fold, while the second one serves as a reminder to take action now. Longer emails may require 3 CTAs so that readers have the button nearby when they do decide to click through. Any more than 3 CTAs, though, is not recommended because it makes the email seem desperate for clicks and it drives your readers away. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook ads. Right now, with 1.8 billion users, Facebook is simply too big to ignore. And the way to reach them with your promotions is Facebook ads or FB ads. With such a huge platform, Facebook ads is the way to go right now because it gives you a highly scalable content promotion platform. You can target your prospects and rake in more conversions with its incredibly powerful remarketing feature. I'll share with you hacks which increase your marketing power on Facebook ads. First up, when redirecting your prospects to your promo pages or other sites, do you simply put in a website URL or turn a line of text into a hyperlink? Results show, as mentioned before, that hyperlinks convert better than web addresses. The reason is your prospects can be redirected to the website with just a click rather than having to type out the entire web address just to go to the website. The second part of this module focuses on ad positioning. This test finds out if your ad converts better when they appear at the right column versus the news feed. The result is your ads convert better when they appear on the news feed rather than the right column of Facebook. This is because most people focus more on their newsfeed than right column ads on their desktop. Plus, the right column does not show on mobile screens anyway. In your Facebook ads, do you put in a call to action or CTA? Is it needed for a simple ad on a person's profile? At this point, I think the answer is obvious. Ads with CTAs convert much better than without. This is because, as with other promotional efforts, a CTA gives a space for your prospect to make further action if they like what you have to offer in your ad, like signing up or adding your product to their cart. Speaking of CTAs, which CTA button works best in your ads? Should it be direct or worded more tactfully? So here, I'll share with you one example of high converting CTAs. The test explored the conversion between a buy now versus the learn more style CTA. The result was learn more buttons convert better than buy now. This is possibly because of your consumer behavior. They actually like to buy, but get turned off if they feel like they're being sold to on Facebook. Learn more mutes the effects of selling and sounds more like an invite to just click through and, well, learn more. Now we move on to the buttons themselves. More specifically, the color of the button. Which color converts best? Orange or green? Test results have established that orange converts best. This agrees with color psychology, which suggests orange appears to capture attention better than other colors. Further, orange is a friendlier and warmer color, especially on Facebook, which is blue. What about other colors? Tests have been done on them, but orange still comes out on top. However, I don't encourage you using red as your button color. That color represents danger and warning to stay away rather than invitation. Power words are words which tend to compel your prospects to click through. Some examples are free, new, now, or instantly. So do they work for Facebook ads? Test results for headlines or subheadlines with these words bring in higher conversions than those that don't have them. So why is this possible? These words represent the edge your products have over others and effectively represent it with a single word. And as for the power word free, the answer is simple. Everyone loves free stuff. The next element you should look at is the element of scarcity, which in essence tells your prospect that something won't be available easily or is in short supply. Scarcity works for other platforms because if a product is perceived as scarce, it'll have a sense of exclusivity. Sales will also increase with the scarcity effect. Turns out, scarcity also has a great effect on Facebook ads. Ads with the scarcity angle convert more than a normal ad. There are two reasons for this. Your prospects will perceive limited items to have more value, and the fear of missing out, if they don't click through soon, will grip them. The choice is really yours to write a long title or a short title for your promos. Both types are proven to be highly converting, depending on what kind of promotion you're doing. And Facebook ads is a unique platform with distinct headline writing techniques. Tests have pointed out that longer descriptive titles convert better than short ones. This comes down to being clear. Descriptive titles allow your prospects to read through and clearly understand what the ad is about right away. This will generate interest and clicks. In your ad pieces, what kind of titles do your prospects react best to? Is it a normal title or a title which snatches their attention? Should you ask a question in your title outright? Being descriptive in your titles is one thing, but asking questions does no harm, right? Well, titles which ask questions do get higher conversion rates than normal titles. They succeed in attracting your prospect's attention because questions trigger their curiosity. It also leaves an open loop for your prospects to fill in rather than a closed statement. In social media, the biggest driving force is the social element. No post is ever considered introverted. It always tries to reach out. Facebook ads with wide reach have better conversions, and it can be shown in the form of social proof. So I suggest you include social proof like testimonials in your ads, as they convert really well. Success stories are great. They give others confidence that if the product works for others, then it might work for me as well. In your ads, there's a chance that you've included an image to accompany your text somewhere in the ad piece. So the question is, does including only images in your ads increase conversions? The answer? A big yes. Images have a massive appeal to your audience rather than just plain text. Ads with images feel real and authentic to your prospects. This feeling sends a message that your ad is honest and therefore worth checking out. Images increase click-through by 94% and only take an amazing 13 milliseconds to understand. Plus, images, especially for your products, are 67% more important to consumers than detailed information, descriptions, and customer ratings. So do your ads feature a generic or specific image to accompany your promotional text? The result of this test shows that targeted images bring in better results than generic or unrelated images. A specific image strengthens the ad's clarity, allowing your prospects to have a better idea of what you're advertising. So what about the number of images? Does a single image work better than multiple ones? The answer is images which are arranged in a slider form convert higher than single image ads. Multiple related images make the visual element of the ads strong and spot on. Imagine a very interesting gallery. That's where your prospects will flock. In your ads, do you portray only your product or do you show it being used by people? The result for this test is ads portraying your product being used convert better. This is due to the human feel of the ad. Your prospects will perceive these kinds of ads to be user-friendly. However, if you can't actually show your product in use, you can use pictures of satisfied customers. It works wonders as the image can cut bounce rates by 27% and increase sales completions by 36% when tested on landing pages. How about videos? Are they effective in your Facebook ads compared to images? Tests found that video ads convert better than standard ads because videos can compress more information in shorter spans of time, and the end result is more interesting to your viewers. Consider this. 85% of Facebook videos are viewed because dynamic visual elements attract and interest your prospects more than static ones.
Subscribe our channel, share this video your friends. Thanks for watching.